Alright, how's everyone doing? We are live from Connor's Music. This is John Connors Live. We've been doing this every Wednesday. If you're not watching it live, welcome anyways. If you are watching it live, please throw your comments in, your questions, anything. It's great. I love the interactiveness of it, as many of you know if you've been tuning in on a regular basis. I wanted to start off screen just because I wanted you to be able to see all three of the guitars I'm going to feature today without me getting in the way. And then I could see myself on the side of the screen there, holding my phone out and looking like a guy side stage who couldn't stay behind the curtain. Anyways, so, but you got a good look at them. So today we are featuring some new arrivals to Connor's Music from Epiphone guitars. So if you're watching this live, I'm going to give you some cool info about guitars that have just arrived and what we're going to play and what we have in stock. And if you're watching it later, it may have already changed. For example, I had planned to play a Les Paul that somebody came in and bought on Saturday, which is awesome. You know, obviously we love that. Then the good news was my Epiphone sales rep dropped by for a visit this week and hooked me up with, nope, that way, this Les Paul standard 60s model in Bourbon Burst. And I'm really excited to play this one. I'm not good at this yet. A good thing I'm not a weatherman. Throw that in the comments. John Connors should not ever be a weatherman because he'd be like, we've got a, oh, no, not over there, over here. Anyways, and then just behind me, a sort of a classic is the Casino Coupe. So I'm going to play a tune on that one too. Everything today, vocals are through the Aston Stealth, which you see here. I can do that one because it's in front of me in the foreground, so no problem there. And all the guitars are going to be plugged through the Boss Katana 50, which I have to my left here. You can just see the top of it here. Throw in the comments if you want to hear something specific sound-wise while I'm running this. I'll adjust the sound and show you some of the cool effects that are available in that. What else? And I've got that run direct using the line out or record out. It's a record out, headphone out combo on the back. So just a 1/4 inch jack from the amp direct into my Presonus interface, the Studio 24 that we've been using pretty much every Wednesday for the last probably 8 sessions, the first 2. Hey, how's it going, Jess? I love the boost here. Incredible. So I've got the amp run direct line in and then the mic for my voice. So there's actually no speaker sound because when you run the record or headphone out of your amp, often that will silence the speaker. So in this case that does that. So there's no speaker sound in the room, but I'm wearing the headphones so I can hear what's going into the interface, so I can make sure, you know, I can hear the guitar too. But of course a great speaker on this, so it's a great practice amp, recording amp. It's big enough to be a small gigging amp, definitely for jamming at 50 watts. And you got wattage switching modes. I'm going to be running it on the quietest option because, well, actually I don't think the output changes it for the line out, but I would have been because it's enough sound. You're the incredible John instead of Hulk. There you go. But like somewhat muscular, right? Somewhat. This shirt I think helps with that. I was going to wear my Epiphone shirt, couldn't find it. But then I was like, oh, that'll work. It's kind of a cool shot of a Les Paul with the headstock, not saying Epiphone or Gibson. Some of the guitars I'm going to play today are Epiphone, the new Epiphone inspired by Gibson series, 2 of them, and one is the sort of classic Epiphone. So anyways, without further ado, I'm going to grab the first one and let's make some noise. Okay, so as I mentioned, this one is the Epiphone Les Paul Standard 60s Bourbon Burst. One of the things you'll notice, I think, about many of, if not all of, the inspired by Gibson series Les Pauls is the cool new looking headstock. Just like a little classier, I think. The other one's fine. Nothing wrong with it, but this one just stood out to me as being kind of cool. I've got my own Les Paul that I've been Epiphone Les Paul Custom that I've been playing for a long time and loving, and it was one of the Elitist series that they did for a little while, and it had a headstock more similar to this one. Oh, there we go. You can hear my tuned up. I'm going to start with a song that I love playing by the Tragic Pit. Some tone I'm digging there. I'm having some fun with that. So that's the Epiphone, like I said, Les Paul Standard 60s. Just to give you a little bit more about the guitar. It's a mahogany body. You can see the flame maple top. So it's got a flame maple cap on it. Cream binding, which is very classy. Mahogany neck, and they call it a slim taper 60s C neck. And I'm feeling that. It's a nice, comfortable neck to play. Not super, super thin, but very, very nice and slim. Indian Laurel fingerboard. So this may have been to get away from the rosewood. You know, there was a bit of a time where there was certification required, and there was a bit of movement away from rosewood fingerboards. But other than it being maybe a little lighter in the brown color, it feels still quite nice on the fingers. So I have no complaints about that. We got a Graph Tech nut, which I'm a big fan of. I think that gives us some increased sustain. Canadian-made nuts, Graph Tech on the West Coast. And I prefer that to plastic. Bone's okay, but hopefully I'm not going to gross anyone out here. But a bone nut, will be as consistent as the animal's calcium diet was. Got dark there for a second. Anyway, so Graph Tech, nice consistent product. We got some pearloid trapezoid inlays. Anyways, I'm not going to go on too much more about the specs of the guitar. It's a great playing axe here. Hope you're enjoying that. And Phil says, nice playing. And you know what? I noticed the cheers and beers here. I should definitely have a beer handy to do that. And Steve, thank you so much for the applause there. All right, so I'm going to play. I'm thinking sort of 90s today. I came in a little not super prepared, but these are all songs I used to play all the time way back in the 90s, so hopefully they'll all come together okay. This next one, I think I should go a little heavier. So when I look at the distortions here, I can go, like, change my whole amp to something crunchier. I wonder if that's too crunchy. Try a nice. I can actually set the tap tempo on the delay by pushing this button. You can't see me doing this, but you can see my hands doing something. Nice long delay. Okay, and then what else do we want to do? Maybe take the reverb down a wee bit. I don't know. I'm just playing around here. Again, put in the comments if you want to hear anything between songs. I can reset this, but let's try this one. It's by Silverchair, called Anna's Song, and my understanding was he wrote this as a metaphor for his battle with anorexia. So he personified it. So Anna is not a person. So that's why this first line isn't too bad. Heavy days, black shirt, rock and roll. said, got a little heavier there. A lot of distortion. I'm going to rein that back now. That was kind of fun. Silver chair, a little heavier. So that you can see very easily on the Boss Katana, you can get some nice heavy guitar tones. But now the question is, can you get maybe something a little bluesier, a little cleaner? Cleaner? A little cleaner. So that's what we're going to discover now. I'm going to switch up guitars and go to the Casino Coupe here, hollow body. So give me a sec. Okay. So the fun thing about the Casino Coupe here is it's a semi. So you got the F holes here, the classic look, like I said, semi-hollow or semi-acoustic, but it's an electric guitar. The pickups, I'm going to bring up the specs here on the website so I can make sure I get all this right here. So when I say on the website, of course I mean connorsmusic.ca. I searched Epiphone on our website and discovered we doubled our inventory with this recent order, basically. So that was pretty cool. So lots, again, talking about timely information, there's lots available right now as far as stock goes, except for that one that we sold on Saturday, but a bunch showed up. So the Casino Coupe, it's a Casino, but with a 339 body, so that kind of combo. It's fully hollow, laminated maple body with set mahogany neck. And the pickups, they're Epiphones P90s, and P90R meaning rhythm, which is the one we're going to see in our neck position here, and then T for treble, which you'll see in your bridge position. And it says with the dog ear, which is that sort of cool little look there. So very neat looking. I'm sort of looking, the picture I've got on our website, one of them is not showing those P90 pickups, but the other is. So trust the one with the P90 pickup look, okay? So any questions about the Casino Coupe, go ahead and throw those in the comment section. And then we're going to clean up the amp, get rid of all that distortion, and play another song from the 90s from a Canadian band. I think I saw all of these bands at Edgefest over the years I went to it, over the few years in the late 90s, which was being held at that time at Barry Molson Park, which is no longer, but it was a good time, good fun, had by all. And I saw Silverchair. I definitely saw this next band, Wide Mouth Mason. All right. So I'm digging the delay, so I'm going to keep that on. Let's brighten it up a little bit. The bass is a little heavy. How's that? Hopefully it's sounding nice on your end as well. Again, if there's something you want to hear, put it in the comments. Like less delay, more reverb. I tend to stay away from things like chorus myself, but it's available here, so we can add those on too. Lots of effects I'm not even touching. But anyways, okay, let's just do the tune. Dying room, in the dying room tonight. All the army greens pushed at the seams sometimes. Sugar cane, and she moved like rain, moved like rain, yes, alright. round as she rides. Sugar cane, 1968. Sugar cane, 1968, 1968. We were taught to hate. We were taught to hate, hate and fight. 1992, I said, don't I know you? In the rain it fell until she died, till she sugar cane. 1968, sugar cane. 1968, sugar cane. 1968, sugar cane. 1968, old adversaries, when they meet again, are as familiar as two old friends. Old adversaries, when they meet again, are as familiar as two old friends. Sugar cane, 1968. Sugar cane, 1968. Sugar cane, 1968. Sugar cane, 1968. There you go. That's Sugar Cane by Wide Mouth Mason. Hope you're enjoying it tonight. Again, throw in your comments and questions if you want to hear different sounds. I'm going to switch over to the third Les Paul and give you another, well, it's a rock tune, not as heavy as Silverchair, but we're in a drop tuning on that guitar. I set it up already, so give me a sec. Good tune, eh? All right. So once again, as I double check my tuning here, a ton of new Epiphones arrived at Connor's Music this week. You can check them out online or in the store. Drop on by or go to connorsmusic.ca. And this is part one. Next week I'll intro the Epiphone acoustics arrived, or those that are available. One of them that I'm excited to show off, somebody was eyeballing today, and so I don't know if it'll make it all the way to next Wednesday. We'll see. But there'll be plenty. Like I said, I got lots to show. All right. Happy problem. Right? And I'm going to change up the comment from the previous one from Steve to this one. Thanks so much, Steve. I really appreciate it. You know, it's nice to know you guys are out there. If I was just doing this for a computer, it would not be that exciting. So the comments are greatly appreciated. Although I did have somebody mention this week they like to watch and they're not, what did they say? They're not a social butterfly. So they'd rather not comment. I said, of course, like, enjoy it. You know, I just love being able to say, hey. All right, so let's get the right song. I'm gonna kill the delay and go reverb because I've been heavy delay with every song. So let's do that. So all I do, and that's the other beauty thing about this amp is that it's just knobs. It's not like I have to be a computer programmer or genius to be able to operate it. So delay's off. You can still hear that reverb there. Let's try right? Little pinch harmonic on this. So it's nice to have the overdrive just hot enough for it. Okay, so this is the third and final guitar of the day. Like I said, this is the Les Paul Modern with a figure top. And the other two have very classic finishes. Vintage Sunburst and Bourbon Burst. And so nothing outrageous there. Both like the Bourbon Burst almost looks like an iced tea finish that they've done before, but this one, that's a little unique, right? The fade is going a little differently, just instead of from the center out, right? You get that vertical change, and like look how blonde it is by the time you get to the bottom, which is beautiful. So again, throw your comments in if you like classic finishes or something a little more modern. And yeah, go check out the specs on the website. That way I don't have to read them all out to you. And we'll just play a song here. So this is, not very well practiced, Shine by Collective Soul. So let's see what happens. Here we go. It's there's more to it, but I want to do that dramatic ending. A little out of tune at the end there. You know, when you rock out and on a fresh guitar with fresh strings like that, you're gonna have that a bit. But this does have locking tuners, so the good news is once those strings settle down, I think we're gonna have some good tuning stability out of this guy. The Casino I had on the wall a little earlier, so the tuning had already settled down on that. So yeah, fresh strings, you'll find those stretch out a little bit. And in the lower tunings, with a regular gauge string as well, that's another thing to know. You know, I'd probably, if I was going to always have this one set low, I'd go slightly heavier gauge. thanks again for tuning in tonight. We did some Epiphone electrics. We called it part 1. We were plugged in through the Boss Katana 50. All of this is available at Connors Music, in store or on connorsmusic.ca. Next week, part 2 will feature some acoustics. So hopefully you can join. And again, make sure you throw your comments in. Say, hey, I was hoping for some questions about the amp and tone, but I think maybe you guys were just like, oh, that sounds good. I'm happy with that. That's cool. But again, I appreciate the applause and the comments and joining in on it. And we'll see you next Wednesday for John Connors Live on Wednesday from Connors Music. Thanks so much. Have a good night, everyone.